Hi, it's Dan again from the Bike Fairy. I thought I'd give you another little update on a little job I've been doing and pass on a little handy tip that we can all use. So this bike came in with a damaged rear mech and a damaged gear hanger. So we've realigned the gear hanger with the special tool from Park Tools, and I've fitted a new mech to it. Now it's time to set the mech up. Just going to point out a couple of things when it comes to setting up the mech, or indeed just sorting your gears out in general. So on all derailleurs you'll find a pair of screws like this, usually marked H and L, high and low. Now a lot of people are under the assumption that these are used to index your gears and to get your gears to move correctly and work properly, but actually that's not what they're designed to do. They're purely end stop screws, and it stops the derailleur moving the chain off the cassette, either too high into your spokes or too low off the bottom of the cassette and into your frame. They don't adjust the gears. So if your gears aren't running properly, they're not the things to touch. We often get bikes in where people have had to go sorting their gears out and they've been fiddling with those screws. They do move the mech, so you can see how it would make it look like they adjust the mech, but they don't. Your gears are actually changed purely by cable tension, and to adjust the cable tension it's just this little knob at the back here. All derailleurs will have something similar unless it's an electric, and this is the one we use to alter the gears, and I'll show you that later on. So you can see on this one I'm just going to turn the pedals and you can see the chain is just not sat right on the sprocket, so that means the H screw, or the high speed screw, is too far in and it's preventing the chain from sitting correctly on the cassette. So I'm going to make one small adjustment with the screwdriver, about a quarter of a turn, half a turn, and hopefully you'll see the difference it makes. I actually cheated there and went nearly a full turn. You can see it's a little bit better but still jumping. So we do this in small increments because it really doesn't need a lot to do it. Again, so I've made that change again, and now you can see the chain nearly stopped jumping. So again, what we'll do is we'll just take another little quarter turn, and now that should be sat perfectly well on the cassette and not jumping at all. So we've now set up the L, or the high speed limit screw. I always think of H and L as high speed, low speed. Okay, now it's coming to look at the L speed screw, or the low speed screw, and I cannot even get the cassette on there, so I'm going to go to the thing here and I'm just going to take quite a couple of turns off this. I think it's obviously well set in, and just like that, it now, with just a couple of turns, I didn't even have to change the cassette, sorry, I didn't even have to change the gears, literally just altered that low speed screw, took it out a couple of turns, and it's now sat happily on the cassette and it's not jumping. So now we've got the high and low speed limit screws set up. What we'll do is we turn the pedal, and we'll just try and index the gears. So I've made one click there and you can see it's changed straight away, so that's not too bad, and we'll see if it'll now return back to the cog. And it has, so we can pretty much say that's nearly there. And again, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go for the second gear, and you can see it's not quite there. It's jumping, but it's not quite ready. So it's time to adjust the cable tension. And a little tip, I always think of my thumb in this position, and if I want the chain to go up like that, then we just turn it up the way, and we do it about half a turn each time. We only make small adjustments, and you can see now that's going up perfectly well. To make sure that we've not gone too far, we'll drop a gear down, and as you can see it's changed back down, and again we'll go up 2 again, and let's see if we can, and you can see it's now gone straight up to this 2 that we wanted it to do. Now we'll go up another one, it should nicely jump up. Obviously I'd change the gear as I was turning the pedal normally, but I'm having to use one hand to video, one hand to turn the pedal, and you can now see each time I've pressed the gear lever, it's changed correctly. So we can see from that when we're setting up our derailleur, the H&L screws are just limit stop screws, and they stop the chain coming off the cassette, and that all gear changes are actually done by the cable tension, and we just adjust that with the barrel adjuster on the derailleur. Some bikes you might find a barrel adjuster on the actual shifter as well, which you can do. It's me again. I thought I would just add this quick bit to the video after the other day when we looked at the chain check tool, and now I've put a new chain on, you'll see how the tool actually works. So we have our chain check tool as we did before, and this is the same bike that we did the other day with the worn chain. As you can see, that's the 75%, and it doesn't slot in there at all. And then if I do the 100%, that's absolutely nowhere near slotting into that gap at all. So that is a brand new chain. Unfortunately, we did have to change the cassette and also the jockey wheels, and unfortunately we did have to change the chain rings as well. So if we keep an eye on our chains and make sure they're not overly worn, then we can save ourselves expensive repair bills. That's everything from this video. I hope you've enjoyed it, and like before, if you enjoyed it, like it, subscribe, and check out the social media on Instagram and Facebook for more updates. Cheers then, bye now.